Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Essdot, aka Produced by Essdot, and today we're going to be doing the breakdown of Parachute by Seth Dyer.
What if we come to? I just wanna love you.
So basically, the way I kind of broke down this is first I started off trying to basically figure out, I wanted to do an R&B song. Me and my boy Adam, we were like, yo, let's work on some R&B music. And what we want is that 90s feel, because we wanted to kind of bring that back and play around with it. So we're like, okay, how can we break down a 90s song and, maybe chop up a sample or something and make a new song. So what I loved was, one of my favorite groups were Blackstreet. Like, an amazing group. I loved a lot of their songs. I used to listen to it back in university all the time. So I'm like, let me go search through some Blackstreet songs and, see which one we can work with. The one I loved the most was Before I Let You Go. One of my favorite songs. But what I did was I didn't want to sample the actual song itself because I really just wanted the guitar alone. So what I did was found a video teaching you how to play the guitar, and I used that as a sample for the actual song itself. So here's the sample that I used.
Explain what I'm playing, and then I'll move on to the next part.
Right? Very simple, very easy. Actually, I have to learn it myself because I want to learn how to play it. So eventually I'm going to actually learn how to play it. But that's where I started with just the sample itself. And then from there, we'll show you how we chopped it up a little bit. Right? And there's a few of them that we did, but that's kind of the main sample that we kind of use for the beat. So we started with a little bit of. And then me, just underneath that, I just want to throw a little bit of a little bass, a little bit of a little bit of swing to it. Super simple. And then after that, I kind of just threw in the kicks, the hi-hats, the claps, the snare. So let me give you a little bit of that. So that's the bass for the whole song. I added a little bit more of a bass underneath, just to give it a more heavier feel when it got to the chorus. And what I basically did, I was sitting on this for a while, and then I'm like, when I started arranging, I'm like, I need something else. I need to add a little bit more to it. So when it came down to the arrangement now, I was like, all right, because it's an R&B song and I want to take it back, I want to add a little bit of like darkness, some thunderstorms, maybe a little argument in there. So I first found the thunderstorm and the rain that I wanted. Right, just to give you that feel, give you a little bit more emotion. And then after that, I'm like, this song as like an intro, I want to add some audio, to really feel the song. Before it even starts, I want you to feel what's going on in the song. So of course I had to go to Martin and Gina. They had some serious fights on Martin, like emotional fights on Martin. So I'm like, let me add a little bit of that into it.
You know what? Maybe we are too different. We argue all the time, and I'm very, very, very unhappy right now.
you know, you run like that for a while for the verses part, but then you wanna. I think I threw a filter on it to kind of bring more emotion, bring the heavier bass in it when it came down to the hook. So we got like. And then for me, the song was dope, but I was not at a place where I was like finished. But I was sitting on it for a while, and that's when me and Seth started going through some songs. He heard this version of the song and just like took it out of here. So that's pretty much it. That's how Parachute came along. It started out as a Heartbreak, as you can tell the name of it, but that's how we got Parachute.
I